Hi, this video is for Math 154 and I'm going to go over Activity 3. Before we begin, let's go to Module 2 and then sign up for a slot. So Module 2, Activity 3, you click on that page, click on Edit, and it looks like Lindsay already signed up for this spot. Let's see, I'm just going to pick a random one. So Daniel, Brian, okay, you guys signed up. I'm just going to pick a number. I'll pick 13 for my birthday. I'm gonna go ahead and sign up for my name for this slot here. Okay. And my numbers are going to be on line number 13. My principal is $180 and my APR is 6.7%. I'll be using those two numbers when I'm done setting on my Excel spreadsheet. Okay, so let's go back to Module 2 and open up Activity 3 direction. Where are you? Down here. Module 2, Activity 3 is about compound interest. So this activity provides students with opportunity to reinforce the power of compounding interest using a realistic principal amount and the annual percentage rate APR. So it says print the Activity 3 interest student directions. So I'll go ahead and download this on my computer. And it says use the directions and compound interest information assigned to you by your professor to complete the Activity 3 compound interest student template. It looked like you guys were signing up for your own spot, so that's fine. I'm not gonna pick a spot for you. So you go ahead and sign up for one. I signed up for line 13. You pick something else, okay? All right, so it says Activity 3 compound interest student template. I'll go ahead and download this one too, okay? So save your student template. It says use the naming convention, last name, first name, okay. Let me copy this down first and then save that student template. Is this the student template? No, this is a student direction. So let me go download this student template first. And I'll open this up. And it's an Excel spreadsheet. Sorry, my computer's a little slow. Okay, all right. So, okay, it says a template, but okay, looks perfect. Okay. So let me go ahead and save this on my computer so that when I'm done, I will submit this file as my final product. So I'll save as, the naming was what? It says last name, comma, son, comma, first name, comma. So Math 154 Activity 3. I'll save it on my desktop so that I know where it is. So this is what you will be submitting, okay? All right, let me try to zoom in so that you can see the parts, the givens. My given was, well, I did sign up for number 13. I'm gonna type in 13 here. I forgot what my principal amount was. So let me go ahead and type in the principal amount. I better go back and find it. All right, so what was my line? Okay, so my principal was $180. So I'll put that in, 180. And compounds, no, I don't know what it is just yet, but I do have that APR to be 6.7%. Uh-oh. Okay, so this cell was already formatted as a percentage, so that's good. I left this one blank because that wasn't given to me. I know my line number was 13, principal is $180, and APR is 6.7%. You guys will enter different numbers depending on what line you sign up for. Like Daniel, he has big principal. He's gonna type in 720 and 5.9%, but we'll all work with different numbers. Okay, alrighty. Let me see. I should go back and read what we are doing. But hopefully you guys have Excel installed on your computer. All right. So save your student template Use the naming convention, last name, first name. Okay, we did that already. Upload your completed student template. Submitting assignment and okay, so this is just talking about when we're done with everything, how we're going to submit it. Now I'm going to just open up that direction and start working, okay? So this was the direction document that I downloaded. So let's take a look. What are we doing here? Compound interest, 3 methods approach. Before you begin, look for your name on the sign-up sheet given by your instructor. I'm just asking you guys to pick a row and you sign up by clicking on the edit and copy the line number, principal, and APR. I did that, didn't I? So I'm going to cross that out. So I did that. I signed up for line 13. My principal amount was $180 and my APR was 6.7%. Review the compound interest formula from section B4 of your text. Oh, I'm going to highlight this because we're going to have to use that formula somewhere in this assignment, right? Okay, so I'll highlight that. I will need to go open up section 4B to look up this formula later. Remember that all formulas in an Excel spreadsheet begins with an equality symbol. Okay, so I'll remember that. Anytime I want to enter a formula, I will start with an equal sign. Okay. Number 4, recall that to, what was that? Recall that to reference a cell, you can click on it or type its column letter and row number. Okay, I'll show you all this. I'll show you how we're using all this. But it just highlighted this part because I know I'm going to have to look up that formula whenever I need to use it, okay? So let's see, I'm just going to go on. Download the spreadsheet. Download from Canvas the file Compound Interest Template, which provides you with a spreadsheet framework. We have that already. And I even changed the name for the submission, so this is looking good. This helps you concentrate on the 3 methods of calculating the lump sum investment without worrying about the formatting details. Okay. So I got that all covered. Our procedure, I think we're finally starting. Using the template you have downloaded and prototype figure below. So they're going to give us something first, I guess, to get started. It says construct a compound interest spreadsheet using 3 different methods. They keep talking about this 3 different methods. What are they? So the first one is iteration, steps. Second one is formula. And the last one is Excel function. So, okay. So I will see what I'm understanding is that we're going to find how much money we're going to have at the end of an investment period using 3 different methods. Step by step, formula, or Excel function method that will arrive at the very same balance if properly done. So if we're using 3 different methods, we still should get the same answers, right? Same investment amount. It says be sure to type in the givens box the same principal, compound, and APR as the prototype figure. What do you mean? Okay. So I see what's going on here. So just to make sure that we have the correct setting, they don't want us to use our own numbers right now. I think they want us to go with the prototype numbers here. So look, they want us to use, you go ahead and change this too with me, okay? Change the principal to 1500. Change the principal to 1500. Change the compounds to 4. So we're just matching this picture here. Change the APR to 7.5. So when we are done with this, we're going to just change it back to our principal and APR that we signed up. But until we set this up perfectly, we're going to keep using the same number so that when you do something, that's not matching what I have, then, something went wrong. So just make sure you have these numbers. Doesn't matter what the line number you got, okay? Line numbers, mine is 13, but yours is going to be different. But all of us should have the same numbers here. 1500, 4 and 7.5% to begin this, okay? All right, from quarter 1, let me keep on reading, okay? From quarter 1, row 8, and thereafter, you will be building formulas that are flexible enough to accommodate other values you type into the givens box later. Now this part is so confusing, but I think we're just talking about cell referencing. So I'll go through this with you guys, the procedures, because I think a lot of us are new to Excel. So I think it will be better if we go over this together. So all right, let's see. Iteration steps method number 1. So all right. Okay, I think I may do that and stop this video. I will go through step 1, 2, 3, 4, and I will stop the video, okay? It says link by a cell reference, okay? The total sale of quarter 0, cell E7, to the given principal value in D2. Okay, all right. So I'll do that, but I'll explain what we are doing, okay? I want you to go to D2 or maybe E7. All right, let's go to E7 first. Right, oh, E7 right here, okay? Let's think about this. How much money should I have at the end of quarter 0? If I just started investment and I didn't wait any quarters, I just, started this, then I didn't really make any money just yet, right? So the total money that I should have should be equal to the initial amount that I put in. In our case, that should be 1,500. So watch what I'm doing very carefully, okay? I hope I'm zoomed in enough for you. Right under the word total, and this cell is E8. I want you to go over there. Why are they saying E7? It shouldn't be E7. It should be E8. Double click on that cell and type in an equal sign for me. Type in an equal sign and click on the principal amount, which is in D3. This direction's messed up. So, do this with me, okay? So right under the total, the purple box, I want you to type in the equal sign and click on the box that says 1,500. Tot. Look, you should see Excel showing you equal D3. Hit enter. It's gonna show you 1,500. Okay? If you did that, that's great. This is a video, so you guys can go back and watch, but this is what you should type in, E8. I'm gonna have to talk to somebody because this direction is incorrect. It should say E8 and this should say D3. Okay? All right, so that's step number 1. We're done with step number 1. But let's talk about what we just did. This is what we are telling them. If you don't wait any time period, your total amount of money that you have, okay, your investment is still 1,500 because that's how much you invested in the beginning. You didn't wait any time, so you still have the same amount of money, okay? All right, so we're done with number 1. Let's go look at number 2. It says, now let principal from quarter 1, and now notice they're giving you the cell name, but I have a feeling that's a wrong name again because these two were wrong earlier. So hold on. Where is the principal from quarter 1? This box right there. The column should be C. The row should be 9. So they should not have told us C8. It should be C9. Okay, oh gosh, what happened? C9. So now let the principal from the first quarter, that is how much we are starting with, right? That is how much money we are starting this first quarter. But that should be the amount that we ended the quarter 0, right? How much money we have at the beginning of quarter 1 should be equal to the amount of money that we have at the end of quarter 0. So I think I don't have to read the rest of it. Go ahead and type an equal sign and click on E8 where we have 1,500 in E8. Look, just like that. And hit enter. Now, I should go back and read it though, because, maybe they're telling us to do something different. It says, now let principal from quarter 1, C9, be referenced to cell E7. Now, this gotta be a typo. We have to say E8. And if you did that, then you're all good. Now, just gonna double click into this cell and show you. In C9, you should have equal sign E8. If you hit enter, you will have 1500. So far, so good. Now look, it says, for the interest in quarter 1. Now they're telling us the cell name here. I bet that's wrong again. So interest in quarter 1. Where should that show up in our table? Interest for quarter 1. That should be D9. See, they told us D8. Now, I don't know what happened. Did I mess up when I downloaded this? But doesn't matter which cell name, as long as you're looking at the right table, that's okay. You guys should be clicking on the column, the box that says interest for quarter 1. So what are we entering over here? It says create a formula by multiplying the principal in cell 9 by the given APR divided by the given compound in cell D4. Now finally it's getting more difficult. It's getting a little more mathy now, but that's okay. And it says, and I'll read this first and I'll show you what we are going to do. Note, because you will want to always use the same APR and compound values even after you copy or fill the formulas down the column, you must use absolute cell referencing for those cell locations, locking them in. Now, if you're brand new to Excel, I think the direction is trying to give us how to do it here. This can be done by pressing F4 or Command T for Mac, while the cursor is in the middle or at the end of cell reference. But you know what, guys, this is going to sound very confusing if you've never used Excel before. So, okay. All right, let's do this, okay? So, how do you find interest? How do you find interest? Interest should be, okay? I mean, remember they gave you this percentage? That's the annual percentage rate, right? That is the APR. That's annual. That's for the whole year. Now we're looking at quarterly compounding. How many quarters do we have in a year? 4, right? So take a look and see if this makes sense. When you are in the box for interest, D9, start with an equal sign. I want you to click on the principal amount that is immediately to the left of it, okay? We're going to take 7.5% of this amount, okay? We're going to do C9 times that multiplication button, okay, or symbol. Click on the 7.5%, but that's the APR, that's the annual percentage rate. You have to divide this by, how many quarters you have in a year. So click immediately to the cell above it, okay? So that's what's happening. We are doing 1500 times 7.5%, but we are dividing this by 4 because we're trying to find the quarterly interest. If I just do this, if I just multiply 1500 times 7.5, that's going to give me the annual interest, but we want to find the quarterly interest. That's why you're going to divide this by the cell in D4. Now, listen very carefully. I'm going to show you. Now, this part was math, but now what I'm about to show you is just Excel. What we want to do is we want to keep on using the APR of this number, or whatever the APR that will be entered in here, and whatever the compounding. I think we're always going to go with quarterly here, a 4 here. So what you need to do is use something called absolute cell referencing. We're going to lock the formula to keep on using the number in this cell and number in this cell. So in order to do that, you're going to put some dollar signs in front of D and 5. Look at what I'm typing. Type in the dollar sign in front of D and dollar sign in front of 5. Type in a dollar sign in front of D and a dollar sign in front of 4. So that is what you're going to have to type in. And those dollar signs are what's called absolute cell referencing. Okay? For those of you who are Excel experts, you guys know this, but if you've never used this before, and you put dollar signs like this, we're telling Excel to keep on using these boxes in our formula. Hit enter. We all should see $28.13. Let's see if we're on the right track, okay? If you go back to that picture they gave us, you see the first interest should come out to be $28.13. So we're doing awesome. We're doing really, really good. So now that step number 3 was very difficult. So I'm glad I'm going over this in this video because my students are emailing me and telling me that they would like some videos. So thank you for those of you who are reaching out. I love going over these with you guys. So take a look. I'm going to double click into this cell again to show you the exact formula that I typed in. So that is what you're going to have to type in. C9 times dollar sign D, dollar sign 5. Oh, hold on. Give me 1 second. Came back. I forgot where I was, but that should be the formula. Sorry, I'm baking pizza, so I had to go check on my oven. But that's what you have to type for the interest for Q1 and hit enter. $28. What's going on? $28.13. Now I have a feeling they're going to ask us to find this total, so let's go ahead and find that total, okay? All right, so now add the interest to the principal, that is compound the interest, to make a new total, cell E8. I think that name is wrong again because it should be E9. Did I do something wrong when I downloaded my Excel template? You let me know, okay? Because I'm getting different cell names here. This is just done by adding the amount of money that you have and adding the interest together, okay? So when they're telling us to do C8 plus C, D, no, we're going to be C9 plus D9. I noticed that all these cells are slightly off. So, but all right, this is what we're doing here. So the total amount of money that I have at the end of Q1 should be how much I had in the beginning, 1,500, plus how much money I just made in that interest. Click. So you should have C9, but hold on a second. You have to start each formula with an equal sign. So if you guys don't have that, it's not going to do the work for you. Have to start with an equal sign and then do C9 plus D9 and hit enter. You should see 1528.13. Okay, so I think we are done setting this up. I think I've read all step number 1, 2, 3, 4, but we're gonna have to now copy this formula down to fill up the cell completely. I think it's gonna tell us to do that in step number 5. I'm gonna do step number 5 and go, and I will come back and maybe do the formula method in another video, and also the Excel function method in another video. And I'll just ask you guys to, maybe there's no reflection. Oh, I think there is reflection in the bottom. So I'll ask you guys to do the reflection your own, but let's just do one more step. That is step number 5 of this iteration. Why is this on a different page? Okay, all right. So this is what I'm reading now. Complete the iteration method by dragging over the principal, interest, and total sales from Q1 and filling their corresponding formulas down to Q36, okay? This can be done relatively fast by looking for the small box crosshair in the bottom. Okay, I'll show you how to do this, okay? Look. So when you guys click on this box right here, click on the cell C9, okay? You have to have a good eye, but if you go to the bottom right, not the bottom, the corner right here, okay? There is a little square, like a small square there, right? You click on this. When you put your mouse over there, it's going to turn into a cross. You click and you drag down. You click and you drag all the way down. Keep on dragging it down all the way down to 36, cell 36, and you let go of your mouse. Ta-da! Well, right now I see zeros, but it's going to change, okay? But this is called filling the cell, okay? So let me try again, okay? Let me try again. So you put your mouse over in that cell, go to the bottom right, you put your mouse in that corner, and when the mouse becomes a black cross, you click on it and you drag all the way down. And for right now, it's going to be 0 all the way, but this will be fixed, okay? Now do the same thing over here. For the interest, you click on the cell called interest. You click on that little box in the corner, in the bottom corner. You click and you drag down. Drag all the way down, all the way down. And just don't go down to 28.13. Just stop at the end of quarter 36 and you let go. Ta-da! It went up to 56.78 for now, but you know it's all going to be changed. I'm going to go back up. I'll do the same thing. So I'll click on this cell. I'll drag it all the way down. I'll fill it all the way down to the end of quarter 36. And I let go. Ta-da! Now, you and I should have the exact same numbers. Do you have the total of 1427.69? If you do, then I think we're good. The last amount that you should have at the end of 36 week should be 2927.69. Let's go check this out, because remember they gave us this prototype. So all these numbers better be the same. So let me make this one really big so that I can actually see. So it says in the prototype I should have a interest of 1427.69, and the amount of money that we have at the end of quarter 36 is 2927.69. So we did everything right. So we completed the method of iteration. Okay. Now we're gonna do two other methods. I remember the second method was formula. The third method was using an Excel function. But what is this table? What is this telling us? Well, this is telling us how much money we will have at the end of each quarter. So I think over here, quarter number 18, are we talking about quarter number 18 here? I'm wondering. Okay, so I'll go ahead and type the number here, okay? For quarter number 18, the amount of money that we should have is equal to 2,095.60. So that should be the same as, I don't know why they have this. Okay. So that should be equal to this cell right here, which is E26. So E26. I want that number to actually show up. I'm going to go ahead and just do equal sign E26 so that the amount of money that we have at the end of quarter 18 shows up over here. What they want us to check is that this number better be equal to, I just want to have a dollar sign next to it. We want this number to be equal to the answers answers that we will get using the formula and the Excel function. So I think that's enough for the first video though, because I've been going for about like close to 30 minutes. But I hope this was helpful if you are brand new to Excel, because we went over this first step together. I will come back and show you how to do the formula method in my second video, okay?